everyone, it's Gayle. I am coming to you from my retreat, and it's going great. We had an awesome day yesterday and last night, and I promised you a video. This is my first face-to-face video, so those of you who've asked, here it is in all its glory. So the cool thing is I have a bit of a celebrity among us, and we are going to have ourselves a little visit. So this is my Oprah moment. I hope you'll all enjoy it. My friend Jenn Bishop is here, and she is Dreamz Etc. And so she's got all the wonderful digitals, but she has so much more going on that I think you're going to be super interested in. So, without further ado, come join me, Jenn. We're doing this in one take, too. I told Jenn, no editing. We're doing it in one take. It'll be fun. Hi. So, we're outside. We've got the beautiful Pintler Mountains behind us. You can't see that because we zeroed in on us. Come over here so we're for sure in. We're going to snuggle and do this. Okay, so here's the thing. I have had so many questions for Jenn when she first got here, and she's answered most of them. So I think I have a good amount of questions, but I really want to start off, Jenn, by telling us how'd you start. Tell everybody the platforms that you're on right now, and then we'll get into more stuff. But how'd you get started?
Into the digitals or into art?
Both. Let's start with art and go to digitals, because I'm assuming that came first.
It did, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so with the art, I mean, my earliest recollection is sitting down doing art with my grandma, who is also an artist, and I think I was around 5-6 years old, and she had this studio. It was just probably like this little closet like studio, but I saw these paintbrushes and all her little pastels and paints, and I was fascinated. It was like walking into a candy store. I just was like, oh my gosh, you know, I was like, one day I want to have a studio just like my grandma.
Oh, I love
and
it.
it was just this little itsy bitsy, you know, she had a stool and her easel and her painting, and then just, you know, just enough space for that. And I just thought it was the most fascinating thing. And so we would sit down and watch Bob Ross together, and I was just like, oh my gosh,
Bob Ross,
how does he do that? And I want to be able to paint like that one day. And I was just fascinated. So I started with, my grandma gave me some charcoals, and I started doing landscapes. Was the first thing I was working with, and then it went to drawing animals, and then I did cartoon characters, and I just loved drawing. I did all these sketches, drawing for as long as I can remember. And then I got into painting with acrylics. Main medium was acrylics. Okay. And I was painting murals for quite a while before I started doing the digitals. And then my mom, she's the one who got into printing out all these digitals and everything, and I was just kind of curious as to what she was doing. And I was like, well, why are you paying to have somebody do that? I was like, I can do that for you. You know, I was like, you don't need to pay all that, Mama. I was like, well, just tell me what you need and I'll make it for you. So I started making my mom all these digitals, and she's like, you should sell these. And I was like, well, people would really buy this? You know? And she's like, yeah. And I was thinking, okay, well, I'll try. So that's when I started the Etsy shop and started doing some digitals, and I started with just my laptop, and I was doing everything with my finger on a mouse pad, and I don't know how I actually did all that, but then I you know, progressed, and I got a Wacom tablet and was doing it that way, and now I have a Surface that I draw everything on, and it's just gone to a whole nother level, you know, learning Photoshop, and it's taken years and years and years to try to master Photoshop and my digitals, and just how I do everything now, and adding more original content, and then now it's progressed into stamps for Carabelle and paper for Blue Fern. And
that's my next question.
Yeah.
Oprah always loved it when her guest would answer the question before she asked it. So you're not going to believe this. It's the coolest thing ever. Jenn has her artwork on stamps, stamping, and paper. So tell us all about that. Tell us all about that.
Yeah, Carabelle. For all you guys, and if you guys don't know, Carabelle stamps, they were by far one of my favorite stamp companies. I just love their stamps because they're unique and they're high quality, and I just loved everything about them. And they're a company out of France. So the only time I was really able to meet up with them was at Creativation, and I made these little tags using one of their Carabelle stamps and said, you know, I'm a huge fan of you guys and I just love your stamps, and next year I'm going to be on your wall with my stamps and my color's going to be pink. And you know, I was just like totally enthralled with Carabelle. And then one of the representatives contacted me and they said, we'd love to have you on the design team, and we'd even love to have you design stamps. And I was like, oh my, it was just surreal. I didn't even really know. I just couldn't believe it. And yeah, it was a learning curve for me to do artwork in stamp form. It's a whole different ballgame.
I bet, because you have to do the lines.
Very difficult. Your shading is all, you know, it's black and white, so you're shading with lines.
Yeah.
And it was, yeah, I'm still learning.
Wow.
So I hope to improve with each collection launch.
Well, your
that I come
stamps
out
are
with.
amazing right now. So yeah,
it's just been so much fun. And Carabelle is just, the people are wonderful. They are just amazing to work with. Wonderful, generous, kind people. Love them. I couldn't be happier in being able to design for Carabelle. They just, so much talent there. You guys have to check out Carabelle. If you're not familiar with their stamps, you just,
And Jenn has a website. It's dreamzetc.com, right?
Yep, dreamzetc.com.
And Dreamz is with a Z.
Z.
Anyway, she does sell the Carabelle stamps on her site too,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, among other things. So you have to go check out her site.
The digitals, the stamps, and soon.
Yes, this is the new development that I just was like, you guys know how much I love Blue Fern Studios paper. You know that. And so, tell them, Jenn.
Yeah, I can't believe this. It just hasn't even been a year since, well, a little over a year since I started designing stamps for Carabelle, and then I just got picked up by Blue Fern to design papers, and the first collection launch is planned for next month, probably in like the next 2-3 weeks, I'm hoping. And oh yeah, it's just,
honestly, wait until you guys see these papers. So Jenn and Blue Fern Studios, so kind. They gave us a pre-release packet, each of the gals at the retreat, and Jenn gave us those last night, and literally her papers brought me to tears. They are beautiful. So the killer is, I can't share them with you for a month, but boy, as soon as Jenn says go, you're gonna see those, because they are, I mean, honestly, Jenn, your crowning glory so far in your journey. I think they are gorgeous. You're so welcome. So beautiful. So the Blue Fern thing, how did that happen at Creativation? Walk us through kind of.
Well, Blue Fern, before they were purchased by the new owners, I was working with the previous owner, and we were discussing, she loved my digitals. She was familiar with my digitals, and she's like, I love your style. I would love for you to design these papers. I mean, this was like probably 3 years ago that we were discussing this, and she just had a lot going on to where we could never really connect and make that happen. And then I found out, you know, for reasons which I can't really say, but she ended up selling the company, and there's these new owners, and I can't remember, we ran into each other. Oh, I was buying stamps, that's what it is, because I love their stamps too.
Yeah, I do too, yeah.
And so I went to place an order, And I was telling them who I was, and they knew who I was from talking with the previous owner. And they checked out my digitals, and I was telling them about it, and I said, well, you know, if you're interested and you like what you see, maybe we could talk about me designing some papers for you. And so they saw the digitals, and they're like, oh my God, yes, we would love to have you. And we just
so
made it
awesome.
happen, and
Yeah. They just have such beautiful papers, and the rumor was going around that Blue Fern was going out of business,
Right.
but it's because the previous owner was selling. So I'm delighted, first of all, that they're still going to be around,
Yes,
because
yes.
I love their papers. Their Happy Accident, they had 1 and 2, love those, love those. I was hoarding them
Michelle.
because, you know, I didn't know if I was ever going to get them again.
Yeah, and they still have Michelle designing as well, and she just does beautiful work. And so, and the thing that's really exciting that I love about it also is they're having their papers printed in Tucson. So the papers are coming out of the USA, and they're really high quality, and the print quality is just
They're
phenomenal.
beautiful.
I mean,
They're such a nice weight.
right.
I mean, like, you can
Texture,
do a
weight.
lot of different things with them because
So
of their
nice.
nice weight. Yeah. So stay tuned, because in a month, as soon as I get the go ahead, we will definitely, and Jenn will probably promote them on her channel too,
I
because
will, yes.
Jenn is also Dreamz Etc on YouTube.
The
So
design team will be promoting them as well. And
Yes.
with them, so.
oh, it's gonna be, I can't wait to see what you make with your own papers. Oh my gosh, that'll be so
Yes.
cool.
It's like this. It's still a little bit surreal just
Yeah.
to see them in printed form. It's one thing to create it on your computer, but then when you see it taken to the physical form, and you can feel the paper, and you can touch it, and you can see it, and then
Yes.
it's so exciting.
Yeah, it really
And
is.
it's the
It
same
really
with the
is.
stamps too. You know, it's one thing to see it on my computer, but then you see it in stamp form, and you actually put the ink on the stamp, and you stamp that image down on
Yes.
paper. It just.
Well, probably in the next video, I'll share all my goodies that I've gotten from the retreat. And Jenn, she was so sweet. She autographed my stamps. So I'll be showing you those probably in the next video. But yeah, so here's the thing. It's so cool, you guys, well, Jenn and I have just communicated over electronic. And it was so sweet, because Jenn's mom watched my channel and suggested to Jenn that I do a guest design team project for her. So I think I've done 2, and love her papers. Oh my gosh, her digital designs are awesome as well, and like totally my style. I feel like I can, the books almost create themselves, you know. But okay, so then sort of fast forward to the retreat and everything, and Jenn comes to visit her mom, who lives about an hour away from me. She comes about once a month, and so I was like, well, maybe you could come to the retreat and everything. And so that all worked out. And I have to tell you, it's just the coolest thing to meet one of your heroes in the industry face to face. Is so cool. And it's like we've sort of known each other forever, and I love it. It's the best. And you know, behind the YouTube channel, behind all these designs, behind all the hours and hours and hours of work that everybody puts in, when it comes right down to it, we're just gals who really love paper and fabric, and
love the craft.
And it's so fun. So the cross inspiration that's happening at this retreat is so much fun. Is it kind of what you thought it would be, the retreat, I mean?
Oh, I think it's better. It's better than what I thought. It really.
Oh,
it's
awesome. I'm so happy.
Wonderful because most of the time I'm in my studio and by myself. And it's one thing, you know, when you're talking to your audience and you feel like, you know, there's your audience right there and they're with you. But to be with so many others, you know, and just sharing your passion for creating, and just everybody gets it, and everybody's speaking the same language, you know, that and to see what everybody makes and how they incorporate their own style into their work and pick up ideas here and there, and just it's just, yeah, it's so much fun.
It is so much fun. I don't know. We're so lucky. We have 5 days together, and it's just and
And
we.
he's gonna fly by.
You guys, I got up in the middle of the night last night. I got, for whatever reason, right? I got up in the middle of the night, and I come out of my door, and there's Jen at her.
I'm on
at her
Paris
desk.
time still.
She is just working away on the journal that she's making. I loved it. I was like, I didn't even say hello. I'm just.
I know everyone's like, did you even go to sleep? They still went to bed. Like, anybody who knows me knows I don't get to bed until like around 2, 3, 4 in the morning.
She's a true creative. She
true
really
night
is.
owl.
Yeah. So funny. Well, let's see. Oh, another question I wanted to definitely ask you was, so we've talked about your all you're doing as far as YouTube and your website. Facebook.
Which needs work. YouTube needs work.
And I know there's not enough hours in a day. And your stamps, and now Blue Fern, and your digitals. But you have a whole nother enterprise that you do. So tell us about that a little bit.
I don't have enough on my plate, you know.
That's right. Her husband's been called into
Yes.
service this
Thank
weekend.
the Lord for my husband.
So tell him about that.
Makeup. So before I kind of skipped. I was doing art as a hobby. And I had a makeup business that I started, and I started it because I had really severe cystic acne in my early 20s, early 20s, like neck, back, just severe, and almost to the point of deformed.
Yeah,
you know?
I understand. Yeah.
And I then had skin cancer under this eye here, and my skin just got so sensitive with all the medications and everything that was being prescribed that I couldn't put anything on my skin. So I developed my own makeup, and people were seeing the improvement in my skin. I mean, they could see that the scarring was going away, the pock marks were going away, because I use a lot of natural oils.
You would never ever know that you do not have any scarring.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
I love oils and I love shea butter. So I formulate my cosmetics. They're organic, and I use a lot of like plant pigments and argan oil, jojoba oil, vitamin E oil, the shea butter. So it's more of like a skin treatment for your face, but it still provides a little coverage just to give your skin more of that flawless look. And then it provides sun protection as well.
Yeah, I'm thinking we are getting fried out here right now, but yeah, it's beautiful. You're beautiful, but it's beautiful, and
yeah, it's
so that
another
is an
passion.
awesome. Yeah.
I didn't realize how many people, again, friends were saying, oh, can I get some? And then they were telling their friends. A friend of mine told me about your makeup, and then someone's like, you should sell this on Etsy. And at the time I was like, what's Etsy? I mean, I didn't even know what Etsy was. And so I put it on Etsy, and then BuzzFeed.com found me, like a miracle of God, found me, and they put me as a top 10 Etsy shop. And that just kind of launched the whole thing right there. Once it's funny because my husband and I, we go to church, and we weren't big tithers or anything like that. And so our pastor kept saying, we can do this tithing challenge for those of you who are like kind of questionable about tithing and so forth. And he goes, but I'm telling you, he's like, it'll pay off. And I'm just like, yeah, whatever. So I thought, fine, I'll go ahead, I'll try this tithing thing. And I could show you my PayPal account, like prior. So I did my tithing, and then the next day, and I didn't connect the dots, the next day, I had all these orders coming. And I was just like, okay, like, yeah, having a really good day, you know? And then the next day came, and I had even more orders, and I was like, still not putting 2 and 2 together. Third day, like what I normally do in a month, I did in those 3 days.
Wow.
And finally, I'm just well, at first I cried. You know, like Lucy when she was doing the salad dressing and she had all those orders, and so she got an Ethel, and they're like making it and whipping it up as fast as they can, you know, and she's like just going nuts, like created a monster. And that's what was happening. I bawled, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna get all these orders out. I was just like losing it. And so finally I started contacting people. I was like, how did you hear about me? Something had to be going on. I couldn't figure out what it was. And they're like, oh, BuzzFeed. And I'm just clueless. I'm like, what's BuzzFeed? I didn't even know what BuzzFeed was, you know?
I don't really know what it is.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a huge social media site, just huge. And they picked me up, and like I said, that's what launched it. Well, the next week I went and I told my pastor, I was like, see, this is what happens when you test God. It's like, this is what happened. And I've told him my story. I'm like, no joke. It's like, you can look. It's like nothing. And then it's just order.
Wow.
And how they found me out of all the others, I got a big guy up there. But that launched the makeup, and it's just been going strong since then. I was in Allure magazine as a top 5. Fox News picked me up as a top 5, and so it's just.
What is the name of your brand?
Born Cosmetics.
Borne.
BORNE. I don't know
Cosmetics.
why I thought.
Okay.
I've always had this European thing where I like kind of like European looks.
I so
names
thought about Jason Bourne when you first said.
Not B-O-U. It's just B-O-R.
B-O-R.
Like born with an E. I always thought that's something different, like dream with a Z. And born with an E.
Yeah, I love it. What an incredible story too of what you put out there comes back. I don't know. It's a God thing, karma, whatever
everybody
you
has
want to
their
call
beliefs.
it.
I'm excited. Everyone has their
But
beliefs.
positive
But for me,
energy begats positive energy. Yeah,
and
for
you know
sure.
what's incredible about it is in anything I did, I always wanted to make sure that I was doing something to help people. And
big truck coming. Sorry, guys. Oh my gosh, it's the garbage man. Only on one of my videos. That is hilarious.
At least he stopped over there.
Okay, he's gonna dump the garbage now. You may hear this. Okay, we're dumping the garbage. Let's hurry it up. We're video. I love it. Well, I was going to ask if there's anything more. I was hoping you all could hear us through this whole video.
Yeah, the only other thing I wanted to add is...
Let's wait till he's done. It's going down. Okay. Just, take a sip of water. I don't know. Take a potty break. Pause the video. We're waiting for
Fast forward.
this very nice garbage man to clear our garbage. Because Lord knows with the amount of food we have, we're going to... I know, it's hot. So, okay. Oh, buddy, hurry.
Okay. Grab the other.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I am going to run around.
Oh, I think he's finishing.
Is he finishing?
Yep, he's going to hop in the truck.
Okay, we're almost back.
Thank God, they do make fast forward. So you could just fast forward for us. You wouldn't even know that there was a garbage truck. Other than her saying there's a garbage truck.
Yeah, and I didn't bring my computer or anything. I'm going to post this when I get home. And I don't edit.
This guy's probably like...
So he's like, why are you talking? And he's like, oh, I'm in a video. Cool. Okay, hear him? Beep, beep, beep. Oh my gosh. Okay, Jen. So I wanted to say, is there anything else? Have we?
Oh, I was just going to say, it's kind of funny how things work out. When I was doing the makeup, it originally started with I was just creating something for myself. And then I didn't realize that by starting this makeup company, how much it would help others. For anybody who's had a skin problem, it really is, it's traumatizing. I know it sounds funny, and not to be vain, but it's not being vain. It's just, and it's irritating, and it's just there 24/7. So
cystic acne hurts. I had it as a teenager too. It hurts.
And so it's so wonderful to be able to help people with that.
Yes.
And know that so that's, that passion there. But then the art, I know, I was sitting down with my husband, and this is before I really started getting going, and I just said, you know, like, I'm not really doing anything that important. I'm just creating this art, and you know, I just really wanted to do something to help people in some way. And he goes, we have your makeup. He goes, with your art, you're not taking into consideration that people who might be down, or people who might have some health issues, the one thing that might pick them up is seeing one of your videos, and you do this tutorial and you show people that you can actually make this, like anybody could make this, and you know, you have fun at it, and it kind of provides that relief or enjoyment, and so you really are helping people
Absolutely.
through art. And so that was the two real big things, you know, with anything that I did, is that I could do something that really provided some sort of value in to people, and in helping people.
Absolutely. I think art touches a piece of our soul, and I think it's such a wonderful thing that we have art in our lives, and it brings beauty into the world, yes, but even their truck. So, but even like when I opened Jenn's papers, it brought me to tears, and I mean, so art touches something in us.
Touching to me too. I'm zero. You're gonna make me cry.
So anyway, just super fun, and it's just I feel so blessed that we've gotten this time together and have days left. We have days left to play. It's so fun.
It's nice.
Thank you so much for agreeing
Thanks,
to do
everyone.
this. And however we can do it, I'll share this, and you can put it on your channel too, or however we do that.
That would be wonderful.
But that'll be good. Okay, so Jenn and I are gonna go this way because, as you know, don't edit. We're gonna go this way, and I'm gonna see if I can give you a view. We have the most gorgeous view behind us, and I'd love to show you that before. So thank you, Jenn.
Thanks, Gayle.
Thanks,
Bye,
everybody. Okay, I'm gonna show you the view. Okay, I'm just gonna take you off the stand, so I'll jiggle you a little bit, but this is what was, let's see, how am I doing this? Okay, now I got it. Look at that view behind us. Can you see the snow on that mountain? It's absolutely gorgeous, and we're surrounded by pine trees. It's so pretty here. There's the little bench we were sitting on. So we have this road behind us. That's where the garbage man was. And there, yeah, this is the front of the house. That's Jenn. Walking away saying goodbye. Thanks everybody so much for watching, and we'll just see you in the next video. Bye-bye.